This is this is our DS 4200 team project, and our teammates are me at Qingchen Tian and Zizan and Xiaoyan Huang, which is the Athena. And so our team project is that we assume the food every day. We consume food every day, but there are a lot of people who are hospitalized for eating the wrong thing. And after looking more into the data sets, we found out that more outcomes are more and more serious than that we expected. There are a lot of symptoms by having the bad things for like the death, hospitalizations, and disability. Were these symptoms or all the outcomes of having the bad food? So we're kind of like interested in this in publishing a visualization series and analysis on the adverse food events that might make people realize that food poisoning is not as simple as going to the bathroom for a few days. We're also interested in the same food that causes the adverse effects and see if it continues over the years. So we got the data. We explore from the online and get the data from the FDA. The CFACN Adverse Events Reporting System is a which is a database that contains information on adverse events and product complaints reports submitted to FDA for foods, dietary supplements, and cosmetics. The database is designed to support CFACN's safety surveillance program. So here's the table of our datasets. It pretty much contains all the details, the product type, the product, the dates, and as well as the descriptions, which is the uh, what kind of the product that is, and also the patient age, the gender of the patient, and also the professional terms of the symptoms, and also the general description of the outcomes. For example, the medical important and maybe sometimes hospitalizations or something like that. And we separate the project into three different branches. So Z is gonna take the part of people related information that he's gonna be analyzing the impact on different groups of people, for example, the gender and the age. And I'm gonna analyze the different products and the symptoms that related to the products and the age, and even the age and the age distribution of having that product and the different symptoms outcomes. And Athena is going to take the part of the symptom related information that he will be in charge of analyzing different symptoms of different outcomes. So first, my part is that I have two example insights that the most common product would be the most common food or product that occur in our daily life. Also, the symptom will be usually related to the product type. If it is food, then probably the symptom will be allergy or the food poisoning. If it is a product, then like the pills or something or the medicine or even a vitamin. So that symptom might because of the issue of the product itself. From and the second example insight is that from the table that we concept above, we saw that there are many vitamin related products, and we assume that most of the people who are having the problem are of the age are in the middle age or the even elder people from the 40 to 70s. Since that the elder people are more likely to take the vitamin product to help to invest their body performance and maintain their body performance. So and also the elder age are more likely to have the problem with the medicine. So we have these tasks from the example insights that we mentioned above. I'm gonna go into digging more to find out which product exactly is the most common one and cause the people's bad symptom, and then I'm gonna um, explore the data further to figure out which type of the products are the most common one. And the reason that that I plan to figure out the most common product type and the most common product name is that sometimes the most common product would not be the most common type of the product, since maybe, for example, the product is the most common product is a kind of the medicine, then but however the most common product types are gonna be I would say the food or something. So that's the very important part that we need to look up. And the third task is that we're going to find out the most common symptoms related to the most common products. And the final task is that we're going to figure out the age group and the relationship between the age group and the product type, and to check out whether elder people are more likely to have the vitamin products, because we've already go through the data sets and we find out that vitamin products might be the most common one. So first, the data type. The data sets type are all tables, and my data attributes are the patient age, which is the number, the product name, the string, the symptoms, counts, product type, and the channel, and marks are the colors, size, length, area, spatial region. So I have several different so I'm gonna just skip to the insights part because we're running out of the time. And so pretty much the insight that I found for the first section is that um, from the graph above, we can conclude that the most common product is the exemption 4, which is a vitamin product. And so we can conclude that, and also we also found out the vitamin product is the most common product type. So we can conclude that the most common product that made the people have problem is the vitamin product. This proves our first example insights, that the most common product could change the problems are the most common products occur in our life. Furthermore, we also see that the second most common product is the cosmetic products. This also proves example insights and makes further analysis of our example. And then there are the another important part is the age distribution of the most common group and the exemption 4, and we find out the most age group that use the vitamin product and the exemption 4 are normally distributed around the range of 50s to the 70s. So it is pretty much prove our example insights. And also we found out that so here's the conclusion. We could say that even though the vitamin products is not a actually medicine, as it could be easily get from the small stores and small pharmacies, but people should really not taking those without the professional doctor's advice, since people's body might have issues when they are taking too much specific elements or something like that. Next, I'm gonna move to the Z-Zen's working and insights. So these work are pretty much focused on the people-related analysis. So the example insights are, the first one is that the group of female would have more food complaints than the male group. However, the difference might not be large, probably about like 10 to 30% of the numbers of the female cases. Then the symptoms of the female might be more serious. The second example insights of these is old people would have more food complaints than the young people, which can also be more serious, especially when they are elder than when they are older than 60. People somatic functions will decrease, and when they are getting older and older, some bad foods might only cause the diarrhea to young people. However, it might make older people have more serious diseases. So here's this data abstraction. The data sets are also table. The attributes are the sex, age, and outcomes. The marks channels would be the lines, length, color hue, area, and spatial region. Here's the little table of the original datasets that we show you on the homepage. So this text is pretty much focusing on compare the number of all males cases with that all of the female cases, compare all serious level of male case with that of female case. The second insight is to divide all people into age group and compare the numbers of cases across all age groups. And third one is to compare the seriousness of symptoms between the young and old. So I'm gonna just skip to the insights conclusion. Um, so after this analysis, he actually found out that female has more cases than male, about twice as what male has. The female has more serious outcomes than male, especially for the level 3 and the level 8. The old people have more cases than young people, as they are older than 65, it grows significantly. The old female has the most number of cases, especially when they're older than 70s. The old people have a higher possibility to result in serious outcomes, especially when they are older than 70s. And next, I'm going to move to Athena's working and insights. So, Athena's work is to look at the symptoms of our datasets and have collected over the years. And his goal is to find out what the most common symptoms are and if the deaths or adverse food events have decreased over time. So the example insights are that the most common outcome would be the other outcome since the food poisoning does not lead to other serious symptoms. Other outcomes is expected to take about 40% of the total outcome of the years. There are significantly fewer deaths over the years, a downward trend. From food poisoning become medical equipment and technology get better over days. And her data abstraction are also datasets type are table, temporal tables, and outcomes and are of the attribution or the outcomes, symptoms and cons in time and death. Marking channels are that the line's length, color hue, area, spatial region, pretty much the same as we did. And tasks to explore the sample insights are that the first one is that identify the top outcome and symptom. The second one is that to identify whether the outcome and symptom is relevant for the research. The second insight is that to identify if death has decreased over years and determine if seriousness of adverse food events has decreased over years. So I'm gonna just also skip to the real insights. Um, the outcome that took the most percentage is medical important. However, the hospitalization coming in the third and the ER coming in the fifth, with deaths coming in the sixth. Adverse food events cause more serious consequences than we previously anticipated. And also, it is also surprising that the ovarian cancer was the most common sickness due to the food events. And also, it is concerning that adverse food events that caused the death has increased over the years, and that the 2020 dips might be a coincidence along with the COVID. But she wondered that if it was due to the 2016 to 2018 have more cases of food poisoning, so that normalization graph was down. Okay, pretty much that's all about our project. Thank you very much.